Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe confirmed in a relationship, fans in Meltdown as years of rumors turn into reality. 4 years, it was all whispers, blurry photos, and side-eye glances caught on camera. But now, the curtain has been pulled back and the truth has finally taken center stage. Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe, two of China's most magnetic stars, have confirmed what fans have suspected for the longest time: they are in a relationship. And not just a fling or some co-star chemistry that fizzled out after the cameras stopped rolling. This is the real deal. This is the love story that had been blooming behind the scenes while the rest of us were still guessing. It all started quietly. No statement. No announcement. Just a photograph. A single candid shot, taken by a passerby in the heart of Paris, showed Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe walking hand in hand along the Seine, unaware of the frenzy that image would spark. She wore a beige trench coat and dark glasses. He wore a navy sweater and jeans. But it was the way they looked at each other that told the whole story. Not a glance. Not a pose. A gaze. Soft. Familiar. Intimate. Within minutes of the photo appearing online, fans had already flooded social media with theories, reactions, and yes, a whole lot of tears. Many could not believe their eyes. After years of subtle smiles, behind-the-scenes glances, and suspicious birthday posts, the truth had arrived. And it was only the beginning. The build-up they could no longer hide. To understand just how seismic this confirmation is, we need to rewind to the beginning. Back to 2022. Back to the set of Story of Cunning Palace, where everything first began. The historical drama, known for its stunning visuals and tragic romantic twists, starred Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe as star-crossed lovers. But the chemistry on screen didn't just belong to their characters. It leaped off the screen. It wrapped itself around every rehearsal, every interview, every accidental brush of the hand. At first, fans saw it as great acting. Then came the behind-the-scenes clips. Bai Lu giggling uncontrollably when Zhang Linghe messed up a line. Linghe casually placing his hand on the small of her back as they waited for their next scene. The way he looked at her when she wasn't looking. Not the look of a man pretending to be in love. The look of a man who already was. Rumors started flying. Paparazzi shots surfaced, Bai Lu entering Linghe's residence late at night, emerging the next morning in the same outfit. Deniers claimed it was for script discussions or reshoots. But fans knew better. Every angle, every clip, every whisper built a narrative that begged to be confirmed. Still, their studios stayed silent. Interviews were dodged. Questions were deflected. And the story stayed just out of reach. Until now. The moment that broke the internet. The official confirmation didn't come through a glossy magazine cover or an orchestrated press conference. It came through a video, a spontaneous, joy-filled video posted to Zhang Linghe's official account, which showed the couple dancing together in what appeared to be his living room. The video, simply captioned "Every day feels like a story when she's in it," showed Bai Lu wrapped in Linghe's hoodie as they danced to an old Mandarin love song, twirling and laughing like they had no idea the world was watching. Fans screamed. Comment sections exploded. Within an hour, hashtags with their names trended across China, South Korea, and even Southeast Asia. What followed was a joint post from both their studios, a single sentence that changed everything. Yes, they are happily in a relationship. Thank you for your love and support. Just like that, years of speculation turned into one of the most talked about love confirmations in CNT history. How they fell in love, behind the scenes of a drama that changed everything. Sources close to the pair reveal that the spark between them wasn't just a product of the drama's script. During the filming of Story of Cunning Palace, Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe grew close while shooting long hours in remote locations. Their chemistry wasn't forced. It came naturally. She would bring him ginger tea on cold nights, one crew member said, and he would always wait for her scenes to end, even if his were done for the day. They started walking to set together. Taking breaks together. Laughing at things no one else understood. It didn't take long before everyone around them realized something real was unfolding. And while they tried to keep it under wraps, the energy between them only grew. At one point during filming, Bai Lu fell slightly ill. Instead of calling a production assistant, Zhang Linghe reportedly took care of her himself, insisting on staying by her side until she recovered. He didn't leave, a source whispered. Not for a second. That's when we knew it wasn't just co-stars. It was something more. Fans' reactions, from tears to tributes. The fan response has been overwhelming. Messages of joy, fan edits, and tribute videos have flooded the internet. In Beijing, a digital billboard lit up with a message from fans reading, "We waited for your love story. Thank you for letting us be part of it." Others shared how their belief in true love was rekindled. One fan wrote, "I used to think celebrity love was all for show. But watching them over the years, watching them finally admit it, has changed the way I see love. It's real. And it's beautiful." Some fans even organized a spontaneous love watch party, where thousands gathered in live streams to re-watch Story of Cunning Palace, pausing and screaming at every romantic scene that now carried a deeper meaning. What comes next for the couple? While fans celebrate, the couple remains grounded. Sources close to both Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe say they are taking things one day at a time. They've moved in together quietly, away from the spotlight, in a home nestled just outside of Shanghai. A peaceful place where they can walk hand in hand without cameras. Bai Lu has reportedly started writing a script of her own, with Zhang Linghe helping her brainstorm at night. Friends say the story is about two lovers who keep missing each other in one lifetime but find each other in the next. A metaphor, perhaps, for how long it took for them to reach this moment. As for their professional lives, both stars are still committed to their careers. But insiders hint that a joint drama, this time a modern romance, may be in the works. And if that's not enough to send the internet into meltdown again, what is? A love story worth waiting for. In an industry where relationships often crumble under pressure or disappear without explanation, Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe have done something extraordinary. They waited. They built something quietly. They protected it from the noise. And then, when the time was right, they shared it with the world. Not for attention. Not for PR. But for love. And as their story continues to unfold, one thing is certain, this is not just another celebrity couple. This is a saga. A real-life drama. A timeless romance that grew in silence and bloomed in the light. So here's to the lovers who waited. To the fans who never stopped believing. And to Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe, may your next chapter be even more breathtaking than the last. Inside their world, Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe's private moments that prove this love is unbreakable. Just when fans thought the confession was the climax of their fairytale, Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe opened the doors to their world, and what we found inside was even more magical than anyone could have imagined. From quiet moments in their sun-drenched kitchen to late-night strolls in rain-soaked alleys, their love story is unfolding like a movie that refuses to fade to black. And now, we dive deeper into a life shared in whispers, laughter, glances, and gestures that say more than words ever could. Morning light, matching mugs and a hug from behind. It begins at sunrise. A recent viral photo, quietly leaked from someone within Zhang Linghe's circle, shows Bai Lu and Linghe in their home kitchen. He is in grey sweatpants and a soft cotton tee. She's wearing one of his oversized flannels, her hair tied in a lazy bun. He stands behind her, arms around her waist as she pours them both coffee into matching porcelain mugs that read her moon and his light. It is simple. Soft. Real. This is not a love built on red carpets and staged photo ops. This is the kind of love where silence speaks volumes. Where routines feel like rituals. Where two people know that home is no longer a place, but a person. According to an anonymous close friend, they love mornings. She's always the first to wake up, and he'll just quietly wrap his arms around her and rest his chin on her shoulder. They don't even need to talk. They just exist in that space together. The rainy night that sealed their forever. One scene that fans might never witness, but one insiders say was pivotal, took place one rainy evening in Hangzhou. It was just before the Paris photo leak that would expose their love to the world. Bai Lu had flown in from a commercial shoot, tired and emotionally drained. Zhang Linghe waited for her outside the airport, umbrella in hand, even though their driver had already arrived. He stood there in the soft drizzle, searching for her face in the crowd. When she spotted him, she dropped her suitcase and ran. Not walked. ran. Witnesses said they embraced like people who hadn't seen each other in months, though it had only been 5 days. No cameras. No phones. Just the sound of rain and the heartbeat of two people who knew they had found something rare. That night, they stayed up talking on the balcony of their apartment until 3 a.m. A candle burned beside them. Music hummed low in the background. And by morning, they had made a decision: no more hiding. Not because they wanted attention, but because they wanted freedom. When work feels like love, how they bring out the best in each other. While many couples in the entertainment world struggle to balance fame and love, Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe seem to thrive under the very pressures that pull others apart. Sources from their past productions say that the two stars uplift each other in every way possible. During the filming of Story of Cunning Palace, Linghe would memorize Bai Lu's toughest scenes with her, helping her rehearse even when he had no lines in the scene. She, in turn, would leave sticky notes on his script with scribbled reminders like "you've got this" and remember why he loves her. It was more than co-acting. It was co-dreaming. A production staffer shared, she once cried during a difficult shoot, and Zhang Linghe didn't try to stop her. He just sat beside her, holding her hand. And when she was ready, she got up, wiped her face, and nailed the scene in one take. Even when working separately, they still support each other from a distance. During Bai Lu's recent shoot in Thailand, Zhang Linghe reportedly flew in secretly just to spend 2 days with her during her off period, surprising her with a handmade photo album titled Us. Every page told their story, from first script reading to midnight ramen runs, from beach walks to their secret hideout cafe in Beijing. A visual diary of a love built day by day. The family factor when love meets approval. According to insiders, both families are fully supportive of the relationship. Zhang Linghe's mother, known to be private and selective, reportedly said, "She is gentle, but strong. I see her love for him not in what she says, but how she sees him. That is enough for me." Bai Lu, on the other hand, introduced Linghe to her grandfather first, a retired teacher who raised her. The meeting was warm, emotional, and marked by shared stories over traditional tea and poetry. Linghe read a poem to her grandfather, a source shared. By the end of it, the old man smiled and said, "Now I see why she loves you." A home full of love and future dreams. The couple is said to be living in a modest yet beautiful townhouse just outside of the city, far from paparazzi flashes and traffic noise. The home is filled with plants, scented candles, framed photographs, and a whiteboard where they scribble down dreams and plans. Among the notes: produce a drama together, written by us. Travel to Iceland and see the Northern Lights. Adopt a rescue cat. Maybe 2. Never go to sleep angry. Be each other's safe space, always. It is clear this love isn't performative. It isn't fleeting. It is rooted in something deeper. Something enduring. When love isn't loud, but lasting. Despite the overwhelming attention and constant speculation, the couple has stayed graceful. They don't overexpose their relationship. They don't flaunt it for likes. Instead, they choose the quiet kind of love. The one that doesn't need to shout. And perhaps that is what makes their story even more powerful. Because in a world addicted to noise, Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe found each other in the silence. They built a home in the space between schedules, a future in the moments fans never saw. The finale that never ends. And now, fans wait. Not for a breakup. Not for scandal. But for more. More moments. More stories. Maybe even, as one source hinted with a wink, a wedding in the next 2 years. What began as a whispered rumor has grown into a full-blown fairytale. A love story that doesn't need to be written in scripts because it's being lived day by day, kiss by kiss, sunrise by sunrise. Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe are no longer just co-stars. They are partners in every sense. And their love, it's only just beginning.